All right, today we're going to be comparing two AI humanizers, Purify Text AI humanizer versus Rehumanized AI by JBCONTENTLAB. Rehumanized AI by JBCONTENTLAB. So we're going to be testing. We're going to comparing both tools. We're going to be testing for um, performance in the terms of bypassing leading AI detectors like GPT-0, Copyleaks, ZeroGPT, and Originality. We're gonna also going to be testing for quality. We're going to be testing for pricing. We're going to be looking at and other features each AI humanizer has to offer. Assess from right assess from the humanizer the do offer. So we're testing for performance, quality, pricing, and other features, right? So now to get right into it, we generated an AI article from Cloudy. So an AI article. So I'm just gonna copy a bunch of the tests, a part of the test, and just paste into each AI humanizer to see how it performs, right? Now, one thing about AI humanizer, now this I'm on Purify AI humanizer now. I'm just going to paste the test, and this is Purify AI humanizer. One thing about AI humanizers, if you work with AI humanizer as a writer or as a content creator, it's not just paying attention to just the thing is not just trying to bypass AI by any means possible. I mean, the AI humanizer should also be good with SEO, right? You should be able to retain your headings. Should be good with SEO, and of course, it should be able to bypass leading AI detectors after proofreading, right? Because an AI humanizer, you're not just going to copy in the output the AI humanizer gave and just use the output like that. You're going to have to proofread for errors, grammar issues, and all of that. So even when you proofread for those errors, you should be able to bypass this detector. So now I'm just going to humanize this. Okay, trying to humanize. It keeps. Oh, okay. I'm a little above the number of words allowed, right? So just gonna remove this. So because I'm on the free plan, so on the free plan on Purify Text AI Humanizer, you get just 300 words for the free plan, right? For the free, you got just 300 words to text out the AI Humanizer. Then you have to subscribe for the tool. Now, in my opinion, right, an AI human 300 words is not enough to actually test out the tool, right? You need a bit more to be able to tell if it's a tool you want to use. Now, this is the output we've gotten from Purified Text AI Humanizer. We're going to be comparing on four different AI detectors. As it's written here, it says it claims to bypass all major AI detectors. So we're going to be testing on GPT-0, Originality, Copyleaks, and ZeroGPT. Now, if you observe from the output we got here, we did have some we did have an H2, right? This is an H2 heading, right? You can see it completely removed our H2 heading. Um, if we go down a little bit, we'll see we also have an heading here. It also removed that. If you go down, right, you can see there's nothing like an heading. So it's just give you a bunch chunk of text and all of that. So it completely neglects SEO when it comes to that aspect. Now let's test these for humanizer and for different AI detectors, the four AI detectors. Now to do this, I'm gonna copy this, and I'm just gonna paste on Grammarly, right? I want to proofread a little bit because of course there will be errors and all of that. So I'm just going to proofread for correctness only, right? Just correctness. I'm just gonna accept that. Just correctness. Now, if you observed the text from Purify Text AI, right? You can see it's trying to add this word together. So it's supposed to be like this, but it's doing it like this. Maybe that's a way to actually a technique it uses to bypass the AI detector. So we're just going to proofread for correctness only. You see, it did the same thing. You can see it did the same thing here too. It's supposed to be this way. So it was like this. So we're gonna we're gonna put free for that. So now okay, we've got right, got that which we just checked for correctness in terms of punctuation errors and all of that. We didn't do for clarity because clarity normally we'll have to rewrite some of the tests. So we're just checking for correctness. So I'm just gonna paste this now into uh, Zero GPT to check. Okay, you can see there's 36% AI score on Zero GPT, 36%, 36.7% AI score. Right, I'm gonna paste the same text on GPT Zero. This is GPT Zero. Okay, you can see we have an 83% human score on GPT Zero, 83% human score. So it is confident that this is human and on Zero GPT, we had a 36% AI score. Now I'm going to move this to originality. Okay, I've got reached my limit here, so let's just switch. Let's use this. Now on originality, I've got a 56%, 56% confident this is AI, right? 56% AI score. Then I'm going to check for Copyleaks. Now, uh, it's completely human written on complex, right? So it was flagged by originality to be 56% AI, right? Um, Now coming back, it was 36% AI. We got a 36% AI score on Zero GPT, and we got this to be 83% human on GPT Zero. So in other words, from our review right here, Purify Text AI Humanizer uh, can bypass GPT Zero because it's got a really good 83% human reading score here. It can also get past Zero GPT to an extent because we did get although we did get a 36% AI score, but it can't bypass originality because this is a solid 56% AI score, but it also completely bypassed Copyleaks, right? So in other words, it's an AI detector that can bypass Copyleaks and uh, GPT zero. So Purify Text could bypass copy leaks, right? It could bypass copy leaks and it could bypass GPT-0. It failed to bypass originality and it failed to bypass zero GPT. Now I'm just going to copy this same text, right? Paste it here. I'm going to paste it, right? Into ReHumanize AI by JBCONTENTLAB, right? So now, and I'm just going to click Humanize. Now, from uh from what we've got here on Rehumanize AI, you can see right it kept her headings. In other words, Rehumanize AI does not ruin your SEO, right? It keeps your SEO intact, right? So, and you can actually format right away if you want to using using this. So in other words, Rehumanize AI keeps your SEO. Now I'm just gonna copy this and I'm gonna check on I'm gonna check on ZeroGPT. Now you can see on Rehumanize we got a 11% AI score on ZeroGPT compared to a 36% AI score we got using Purify Text AI humanizer. So in other words, it's stated here that this is human written. So Rehumanize AI bypasses ZeroGPT. I'm gonna move ahead to check on GPT-0. So we're now on GPT-0. As you can see on GPT-0, we've got uh oh, pardon me. You know, we did proofread, right? I did not proofread yet, so I'm just gonna, although there's very few things to proofread, I'm just gonna do this quickly, right? We need to be transparent in our review. So now I'm gonna text again. Okay, after proofreading, we got a 22% AI score, 22% AI score on ZeroGPT compared to a 36.7% AI score when we used Purify Text AI Humanizer. Now let's check on um, GPT-0. Now on GPT-0, we got an 100% human written score on GPT-0 compared to an 83% human written score when we use Purified Text AI Humanizer. Now let's check on Copyleaks. And of course it also bypassed Copyleaks with an 100% human written score with no percent of AI found. Now let's check on so in other words, from what we've done so far, Rehumanize AI has been able to bypass ZeroGPT, GPT-0, and Copyleaks. Now we're gonna do the same text for originality. Now on originality, we've got a solid 91% human written score. So in other words, Rehumanize AI was able to bypass all four AI detectors we tested for, which was GPT-0, Originality, Copyleaks, and ZeroGPT. Purify Text AI Humanizer was able to bypass just GPT-0 and Copyleaks. It was flagged to be AI generated by Originality and was also flagged to be 37% AI generated by ZeroGPT. But Rehumanize AI has been able to bypass GPT-0 with an 100% score, Originality with a 91% human rating score, Felix with an 100% human rating score, and ZeroGPT with just 20% AI content found. So it was able to bypass all four of these AI detectors. Now, so in terms of performance, right? Rehumanize AI is a better AI humanizer. It's a better AI humanizer compared to Purified Text AI humanizer. Now, we also saw the same thing when it comes to quality. Yes, you can see when we used purified test, what you basically get is a chunk of text, just chunk of it, right? Just looking at you. So and it completely ruins your SEO, right? To remove your headings, but with rehumanized AI, you get to keep your SEO. Your SEO is intact, doesn't ruin your SEO, and you can format right away. So in terms of quality too, Rehumanize AI is a better AI humanizer when it comes to quality and when it comes to performance. And let's also look about when it comes to pricing. Now, pricing is another thing you might want to watch out for when you um getting an AI humanizer. Now, when it comes to pricing, with Purify Text, you have to spend $6. Now, this is basically $6, right? You have to spend $6 for 5,000 word. For the Pro plan, you have to spend $20 for 20,000 word. And for the Ultra plan, you've got to spend $40 for the for 5,000 word, right? So that's Purify Text AI humanizer, right? So now for rehumanized AI, let's look at what the pricing looks like for rehumanized AI. For rehumanized AI, uh, they've got basically three plans here. Yes. So you've got a 1,000 word um, free plan when you sign up. In other words, on Purify Text, you get just 300 words to try out the tool, but on Rehumanize, you get 1,000 words. So that's significant, right? Now, and even if you're not convinced with the 1,000 words, you still want to play around the tool before you make a solid decision, you can just spend $2 to get the 3 day starter access plan for which gives you 8,000 word. Now, for the main plans, which is the starter plan and the standard plan, you get 25,000 word for just $9. Now, when you compare this to spending $20 for 20,000 word on Purified Text, on Rehumanized AI, you spend just $9 for 25,000 word, and standard plan, of course, the standard plan, the standard plan cost $18 for 70,000 word. Now, when you compare that to Purified Text, you basically have to spend $40 for just for the 5,000 word. So when it comes in other words, when it comes to performance, quality, pricing, Rehumanized AI is by far the best AI humanizer between the two, right? Now, what other features do this AI humanizer have to offer aside from the AI humanizer feature, right? Now for Purified Text AI humanizer is basically just it provides just an AI humanizer. You don't get any other tool along with it, right? It's basically just an AI humanizer. Now for Rehumanized AI offers you, right? Rehumanized AI offers you a grammar checker and a readability checker now called ReadBreeze. So the grammar checker, so for just what you're spending, you get it more value. So you so when it comes to affordability and of course getting more value for your money, Rehumanize AI it's also a better alternative to Purify Text AI Humanizer. So that's our comparison review for today. So in other words, for final verdict, rehumanize rehumanize AI by JBCONTENTLAB. It's a better it's a better alternative to purify text. So that's it. So if you found this video very helpful, please do encourage us by giving us a like, subscribe, and of course share. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.